Hey everyone, Arachne Queen here, and who is that on my shirt? Is it Link? Wind Waker Link. Like it actually says Wind Waker on the shirt, not like Phantom Hourglass or something. And Wind Waker is my favorite. So today I want to talk about something I've been seeing on the internet a lot. I guess you'd call it a trend or a fad, I don't really know. And I find it a touch weird, and not in the good way. I have a lot of people who are friends with people on like my Facebook and stuff that are trying to adopt children. And that's fine. That's cool. I am all for the adoption of children. It would be really hypocritical if I wasn't, because I'm adopted. Now, that's fine. I get posts all the time about help so-and-so try to adopt and yada yada and good stuff like that. But then I started getting other posts from friends of friends, no one I actually know, and I kept seeing it happen a lot, where people were holding up large signs that said, "Help me find my birth parents." And on the sign, it had a bunch of really weird information listed on it. And by weird, I just mean, I guess, stuff you would find in a hospital birth record. Like what day they were born, like their birth date, how much they weighed, how long they were, which hospital they were born in, things like that. And it's an attempt to find their birth parents. So it's adopted adults now, I guess, that are trying to find their birth parents. And they're doing it by displaying a ton of personal information on Facebook. So how about we just slap on your mother's maiden name and your social security number and just get that identity stolen right now? Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against people trying to find their birth family. It's just this form of attempt, to me, is very strange. Now, they always have like their face in the picture just in case there's some strong family resemblance to somebody. And there are websites that you can actually go to that are dedicated to this sort of thing, where you can find your birth parents, birth mother, whatever, if no father was declared, like in my case. Now, I know people who have found their birth parents in really great ways, perfectly legitimate ways, through like email and contact and normal ways. They didn't post a picture of themselves on Facebook or Tumblr or something with all their personal information and a picture of their handsome/pretty face being like, "Hey, are you my mommy?" Because that's just really weird to me. Now, like I said, I have nothing against finding your birth parents. It's just posting up your face like some lost puppy that you can't find is really not the way to do it. It makes it seem like you don't quite understand how adoption works or why it happens. Adoption happens when, for some reason or another, the parents or parent cannot take care of the child, whether deemed by a court and put into foster care or whatever. But if it's a hospital adoption, like straight from, like within 24 hours of the child's birth, like mine was, I was adopted from the hospital. I was maybe a day old. It didn't happen by accident. There wasn't some miscommunication and the doctors misplaced me and my loving parents happened to come by and be like, "Oh my gosh, what a cute little girl," because I was, and say, "Oh, we need to take her home. We're not going to go find her real mother." And the reason for that was because they went through a legal adoption process because birth mother didn't want me. Okay? That's just what happens with adoption sometimes. Sometimes the parent just doesn't want you, can't take care of you, whatever. So I don't understand why people need to go post in their face like you're some lost puppy, like you think the system made a mistake and you were raised by the wrong person this entire time. Another thing people who are posting these things up with don't seem to understand is the person who gave birth to you, that does not necessarily make them your mom or dad. That does not make them your loving mother or father. It makes them your birth parent. Yes, your biological parents, but did they raise you? Have they cared for you your whole life? Probably not. They haven't spent every day pining over their lost puppy of a child and searching Facebook and Tumblr in hopes of finding their child with a strong resemblance to them or their uncle or something with a sign that just so happens to coincide with, oh hey, that's when I gave birth to my child. Oh my gosh. See, I just don't see that happening. Now, mind you, switched at birth does happen. It is an unfortunate error in communication on the hospital's part, and that's unfortunate. It really is. But like I said, I don't think that they're gonna go searching Tumblr and Facebook for their presumably lost child who somehow was switched at birth, because usually you don't figure out they're switched at birth until either a hospital reveals the error or until you come across somebody your age who, wow, you know, you look a lot like my mom and dad, but I don't look like my own mom and dad. Maybe we should explore this. Like I said, I'm adopted. I love my adoptive parents, but as far as I'm concerned, they're not my adoptive parents. They're my parents. They are who raised me. As far as I'm concerned, their heritage is my heritage. I don't care about medical history or anything like that, because really, if I wanted to know my medical history that badly from like family, I can have genetic testing done. It's not that bad. So really, it's not that big of a deal. And honestly, the more and more I learned about my real mother, my birth mother, if you will, the less I ever wanted to meet her. So that's that. And I really can't ever meet her now because, well, she died when I was 10. So, or 11. Whatever. So it's kind of a moot point to me. Yeah. People searching for their long lost birth parents on Facebook. Kind of weird. Even weirder when I find it on Tumblr. But yeah, so that's my take on it. And you can like or dislike if you're a hater. And we all know what haters are gonna do. They're gonna hate. So leave a comment about what you think about people posting this sort of thing on social media or wherever they're posting it. And if you really like this video, you should subscribe because it helps me out a lot. So I'll catch you guys next time.